It is now confirmed that Bobi Wine is going to win the presidency come 2026. Remember, after a person wins the presidency and he swears in, he becomes the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces. And being the commander-in-chief, you have to appoint different commanders. And the purpose of this video, I've come to tell you the commanders that are on Bobi's ladder who are going to serve in the UPDF. 1. The new CDF is going to replace Muhoozi Kainerugaba is going to be Charles Lwanga Lutaya. Charles Lwanga Lutaya is the immediate former Air Force commander. Ever since we got our independence, we've never gotten the CDF of the Chief of Defense Forces who comes from the Air Force. And since Bobi Wine is magnanimous and he wants equity, Charles Lwanga Lutaya is going to be the first CDF who comes from the commander or who comes from the Air Force. In very many countries, there are some unwritten laws where, for example, if a CDF came from the land forces, in a next reshuffle, the CDF must come from the Air Force, and next reshuffle, the CDF comes from the Navy. But during General Museveni's era, there is no CDF who has ever come out from the Air Force or from the Navy. So, Charles Lwanga Lutaya, the former immediate commander Air Force, is going to be the new CDF. And General Muhoozi Kainerugaba will be waiting for redeployment from Charles Lwanga Lutaya. 2. The deputy CDF is going to be Charles Otema. Charles Otema is the reserve force commander. Is going to be given the deputy commander defense force. 3. The commander land force is going to be Jackson Bakasumba. Bakasumba, I think, is the chief of staff somewhere. So he's going to be the new commander land force. The new commander Air Force under Bobi Wine's regime is going to be Bob Ogik. Bob Ogik is the chief of staff of Air Force, is going to be elevated to become the commander Air Force. After appointing those people, then they will sit down to appoint other commanders. Under our army, after Bobi Wine wins an election, the least salary for every soldier is going to be 1 million. There is no soldier who is going to sleep in a great thatched house or in a house made of mabati. There is no soldier who will look bad than his gun. A person is supposed to be looking good more than his gun. In this way, Bobi Wine will realign security of how he's going to govern the nation. Political prisoners will be released. People like Eddie Mutwe, Machete, Gaddafi, Bobby Young will be taken to China to train with dangerous weapons for 2 months. After training in China for 2 months, they will be taken to Korea to train for suicide. Eddie Mutwe, Machete, Gaddafi, etc., and all foot soldiers. Then after they will be taken to Russia to be trained in KGB. They will be brought back so that they can be on Bobi Wine's team to guard him. SFC is going to be disbanded because it is an illegal force. Under our constitution, any force is supposed to be created in an article of parliament. SFC was never created, so it should be disbanded. Okay? So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk to you the names that landed on my table who are going to serve in Bobi Wine's government, because it is now written under heaven that he's going to be the next president. What means for our politics, and most importantly, the other matters we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want you to know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on YouTube, type in Sura Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to.
Kuja kuangula kemba mmanya kati mutandike kusoma bitabo kwegeza mu bifofofo mu ambassador wa minister mutandiko byegezaamu kubanga tugenda mu Uganda mpya. Mukama bankumire. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
So after taking all foot soldiers who train with dangerous weapons in Russia, South Korea, China, they Edemuto, the machete, the Gaddafi, they will be brought back to be on the Presidential Guard Brigade. It will be under the National Army. Then we go to the police. The new police IGP is going to be Sarah Birete, the first female Inspector General of Police. You know, police, ever since our primary, they used to teach us that it keeps law and order. You find a policeman who doesn't know the law. So it will be, Sarah Birete will be better suited to head the police. The Inspector General of Police will be Sarah Birete. Her deputy is going to be Moses Kafero. He's the current human resource. Moses Kafero is going to be the Deputy Inspector General of Police. Okay? We go to Benjamin Katana. Is going to be the Minister of Security. So he will be an alliancing officer between the army and the police to see that we have very good security. So Benjamin Katana is going to be the Minister of Security. Okay? We go to another sector. The head of prisons, the Commissioner General of Prison, the new Commissioner General of Prison is going to be, okay, James Mwanje is the current Deputy Commissioner General. He will be the new Commissioner General of Prisons. Interim. He will serve for 2 months as we await for another Commissioner General, because the current one, Johnson Byabashaija, first of all, he has been the Commissioner General for 21 years, ever since 2005. He's supposed to retire because he passed the age of retirement, but they are still keeping him there. So it is time for him also to clean the office. He's going to go. The spokesperson of the Uganda prison is going to be Kopolo Ampe. He's going to be heading welfare and also acting as the spokesperson of the Uganda prison, because he showed empathy to the prisoners and all officers of the prison. So people who have Uganda at heart will be prioritized. So those are the people who are going to control our security and armed forces. There's a person who came and asked me, what about you, who is speaking? First of all, for me, I'm going to be given the position of the head of UCC. I'll be replacing Nyombi Tembo. Nyombi Tembo has been the most partisan government official. So Nyombi Tembo, you are going to clean that office. Soon I'm going to come. I'll be deputized by Jonan Atukuguzibwe. In fact, Jonan, after serving for 2 years, I will leave the office for Jonan to continue, and I will be placed to the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy. Secondly, people like Motive Kasaga, Sama Uganda, Swabro Womukisa they will be taken to Mossad for training. They will come back here to work in a presidential press unit. Some of them will be working in UCU, others in the presidential press unit. People like Lumbi will be ambassadors in Turkey. Every person who has Uganda at heart will be given a leeway to work. First of all, there will be freedom of speech. There will be the rule of law. There will be constitutionalism. So people like Motive Katsaga, Sama Uganda, Buganda, Ghetto TV, all of them will be taken to Mossad. Then they will be brought back here, some to serve in the presidential press unit, some to serve in the UCU. Okay? That's how Bobi Wine is going to control security. So for those who are coming out to say that he may not be able to control security, you will be in for a rude shock. You are going to be shocked, because it is now very evident that he's going to be the next president. And we shall be in a new Uganda where equal rights will prosper, where promotions in the army will be based on what you've delivered, not because you are a daughter of someone, or you know someone, or you come from a certain ethnicity. Uganda will be for all of us. The laws will work. There will be no person who is above the law, and we shall start enjoying the new Uganda. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabir Sulaiman Mawagali. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.